Today, I'm going to be building a team of the most underrated players in world football. This is going to be a group of players I think are very, very highly underappreciated and deserve to get more respect. I'm then going to play a game with this team, and then every goal I lose by will be a random discard. Now, when you think of underrated players, which players come to mind? Let me know in the comments, and let's see if any of those are in the team I'm about to build. Getting on to the bench, we're going to start with this. Now, these are some players that I personally think are underrated, and they definitely do deserve some more respect. I've gone with Koble. I just don't feel like people talk about Koble ever. I never hear anyone talking about him, and he clearly does a great job. 13 clean sheets this season, and he's in a Champions League final, so you got to give it to him. Next, we've got Ollie Watkins. Now, you might think he's overrated, but personally I think he's underrated. When they talk about the England squad, I know that they've increased the amount of players you can take to the Euros this year, but I think Ollie Watkins should be a guaranteed player to go. But they always choose, obviously, Kane and Ivan Toney, but I personally think Ollie Watkins is better than Ivan Toney. Do you agree with me? Let me know. Next up, Christopher Nkunku. Now, I think they forgot how good he was at Leipzig. Do you remember how many Player of the Months he got? It was a lot of Player of the Months. Injury set him back. And I think now he joined Chelsea, people are just hating on him now. Definitely underrated. Now, this could be a controversial one. Ben White. I think he might be one of the most hated players in the league, to be honest, so that could be a reason why I think he's underrated. He actually does a class job for Arsenal, and I think people hate him mostly and underrate him mostly because he says he doesn't watch football, but not everyone does. Next up, we got Pepe, one of the greatest centre-backs of all time, in my opinion, and I think it has to be in your opinion as well, but again, it's another player that just doesn't get talked about. They always talk about him for his yellow cards and red cards and his reckless challenges, which, rightly so, some of them were outrageous. But I think people forget how good he was for Real Madrid, doing it for Porto. And he's born in 1983, which makes him 41. Insane. Milinkovic-Savic is next. He's such a player that's gone to the Saudi League and kind of been forgotten about, but he was very, very good at Lazio. And he was linked to United like every single transfer window. And final one on the bench is Aubameyang. Revitalised his career at Marseille and revitalised that hairline of his. Underrated. Moving on to the goalkeeper, I'm going to go for Hugo Lloris. Top keeper, World Cup winner, plenty of appearances in the Premier League, and I think the lack of trophies for Tottenham was one of the reasons he's underrated, but in my opinion, a great keeper, kind of like revitalised the position a bit, being quite small, but yet being still so good. So I think Lloris is underrated. Okay, my left centre back, another Arsenal player. I'm probably sure I'm not an Arsenal fan, but Gabriel. He wasn't even in the Player of the Year vote. I could have put Saliba in here, but Saliba definitely is highly rated. But Gabriel goes under the radar because he's next to Saliba. I think his job is very, very important. And they have the most clean sheets in the Premier League this season. And my right centre back, another Brazilian actually, is going to be Dante. Again, he's 41. He's still doing it in the French league. I just think people forget how good he was again at Bayern, at Wolfsburg, and again still at Nice. So yeah, Dante underrated in my opinion. Okay, now for the left back and right backs, I've got two Championship players. So right back, Kyle Walker-Peters. I'm surprised when Southampton got relegated that he didn't actually get a move back to the Prem, but he stuck it out. And of course, he's being rewarded with the team of the season, so he's underrated. People forget about him because he's in the Championship, but I think he should get that move back to the Prem. And left back, Davis. Leif Davis, is that how you pronounce it? Leif or Leif? But again, English left back. And with the Euro squad, we're short of left backs, and he's so good. And of course, it's just been promoted to the Premier League. So I think Davis underrated. I think if he played for a top Prem team, he'd be going to the Euros. Okay, midfield three. So first one is another Championship player. Again, that's been promoted. Dewsbury Hall. And I think he's low-key underrated purely based on the fact that Gabby Agbonlahor actually was choosing him over some amazing players.
I'm going to go Dewsbury Hall.
But he is very good. And I think he's going to be really good in the Prem. And if Leicester go back down next season, which they're not going to, I think he'll leave and go to another Prem club. Next midfielder is another player that's played for Arsenal in Granit Xhaka. And I think ever since he kind of stormed off the pitch and threw the captain's armband on the floor, his reputation was almost like dented. But ever since he joined Leverkusen, he's been very, very good. Very underrated. And he's got some bangers. And my next and final midfielder is Douglas Luiz. I could have chosen between him and John McGinn. I think they're both underrated still. And I think they're just top class players. Of course, he was going to get that move to Arsenal, which hasn't come about yet, but I think probably it will, or definitely get a move away from Aston Villa, even though they're still doing such a good job this season. My right winger, another Englishman, Jarrod Bowen. Now, you probably think to yourself, how is Jarrod Bowen underrated? But again, with the England squad, they think his position is in doubt of going to the Euros, but they take someone like Grealish over him, which makes no sense, just because Grealish plays for Man City and Bowen plays for West Ham. But he's literally insane. 20 goals and 10 assists this season. For West Ham, I think he's underrated. And my left wing and striker, you're going to be a bit surprised on why I'm choosing these players. Let's start with the left winger, and I'm going for Neymar. And you're probably thinking, how the hell can you put Neymar in an underrated 11? It's because he's underrated. And people don't understand how good Neymar is. They're always just thinking about the past with like your Ronaldinhos and your R9s. He's literally, in my opinion, Brazil's best ever player. I'm saying it, but I fully believe that. Probably because he left Barcelona to join PSG. They think he lacks ambition. So I'm thinking he's underrated. And he would 100% would have won a Ballon d'Or if it wasn't for Messi and the next player in this team, Cristiano Ronaldo. You can't tell me this man isn't underrated. The amount of hate he gets is unbelievable. People just don't back Ronaldo. 42 goals and 12 assists this season at 39 years old. That is mental. And you can say he's in the Saudi League. I don't care. That is insane. And I also say he's bad because he hasn't won a World Cup, but that's not his fault. They handed Messi his World Cup. If anything, I'd put Messi in the overrated category. Now that is going to get some bites. But anyway, do you agree with this team? It's underrated. Let me know in the comments. It is game time. And remember, every lose bite will be a random discard. This is the team we're facing. It's a very nice and unique team. I like that. But let's go. Can the underrated players get an underrated victory? Nope. Gabriel. That's what you've been doing for Arsenal all season. Here's my left back, Leif Davis. Sweaty that. Nope. No. Denied. What a save, Lloris. I told you he's underrated. Nope. And again, what a save. Oh my god. It's Bowen. Nope. What was that? Nope. What a block, Gabriel. Oh my god, what play. Round the keeper, Douglas Luiz. Let's go. 1-0. That's my underrated midfielder.
I'm going to go Shrewsbury Hall.
Shrewsbury Hall. What a player. Gabriel. What? It was actually Dante. Okay, half time and it's 1-0. Can we get the underrated players a win? Nope. What a save. Let's go, Lloris. Dante, you're 41, mate. How are you doing that? I mean, it's probably due to the fact that his team this season's got a plus 52 pace increase from his gold card, but, you know, we move. Nope. He's back there again. Fizz that in. Nope. Ronaldo. Let's go. Lucky deflection, but it was beautiful play. 2-1. Nope. Bang. Nope. Mate, Gabriel is actually so good. No. Nope. Lloris. My god, mate. Nope. Oh. Ronaldo. Swoo. Swoo. So I'm making 5 changes. 5 more underrated players coming on. Nope. Pepe. Doing what he does best. Pepe. Nope. Oh my god, what a challenge. There we go. We won 3-1 with the underrated 11. But there we go, we've done the underrated 11. Do you want me to build an overrated 11? Let me know in the comments. Make sure you do drop a like and subscribe, and I'll catch you all in my next video.